Welcome back to Real Roots Radio. My name is Payton Burdette. I am so happy to be joined by Jamie Johnson of the Grascals. Jamie, how you doing, man?
Great, Peyton. Thanks for having me today, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to start a little bit off topic, actually. I saw you guys put something out on Facebook a couple weeks ago about how Kristen might have smoked you a little bit in a game of pickleball. Uh, have you been playing pickleball for a while? Is that something new?
I play very little. Now let's keep in mind she gets lessons and all this stuff. She's in an official league,
Oh, wow.
so she should have smoked us. However, I've played some, and if we were playing to like one or two, I think I could play against her for a minute,
Uh-huh.
but I'm a bit of a jokester and I like to have fun and I talk a lot and I think she loved this because there's two different instances she just crushed that thing and right at me and never even really said anything, but I'm sure she was extremely enjoying it on the inside. So
Maybe aiming for you just a little bit.
yeah, she's a great athlete anyway. She's great at everything she does. So
Yeah.
did not surprise me that she beat us in pickleball as well.
What I like about pickleball, as someone, I grew up playing basketball. I know where you're from, basketball is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I stopped growing freshman year of high school. I was stuck at 5'9", and when you're 5'9", you can only be so good at basketball. So
Yeah.
pickleball is a bit more of a short man's game.
Where you were a giant compared to me. I'm 5'7", so I get that feeling. So yeah, pickleball is it's a challenging game and it's extremely popular right now.
Hmm.
People, literally putting courts, instead of a tennis court, they're putting a pickleball court in their yard. I haven't done that yet, but I do plan on training a little bit for a new video coming sometime soon to see what happens. Because yeah, we'll see what happens in the future about the pickleball thing.
Oh yeah. When the Grascals first got started, the band has been around for over 2 decades at this point. Was there ever a moment early on, whether it was a show or an award, where you kind of were like, hey, you know what, maybe this bluegrass thing is going to work out after all?
Oh, yeah, I would say, right at the very beginning when we started this, we formed the group back in 2004. Late 2003 is when we were really talking about it. And a guy named Jimmy Mattingly, our original fiddle player, um, who had played with Terry Eldridge and the Osborne brothers and Terry Smith. He played with both those guys there. And then with Terry as part of a small part of Dolly's band there for a minute. And so Jimmy approached me at the station inn. I would play every Tuesday night with Terry Eldridge and a bunch of other great musicians called the Sidemen every Tuesday night. And Jimmy came in and asked us if we'd be interested in starting a band. So we did. But right off the bat, we're in there getting ready to record our first album on Rounder Records. And Dolly asked us to be part of her band, be her
Hmm.
backup band. And yeah, I'd say that stands out pretty good. We started. It made everything else seem going downhill
Yeah.
because you start with Dolly Parton. What more would a guy want? But we did. When she let us go, which broke our hearts. But she knew we couldn't be Dolly Parton's band the rest of our career.
Hmm.
Then came the Grammy nominations and IBMA awards and the Grand Ole Opries and all that stuff came as our own unit. So it's hard. It's easy to pick out one thing, and that's Dolly.
Hmm.
But the rest of them are up there too.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to beat Dolly.
Yeah, we can talk about Grammys and all kinds of stuff, but Dolly still wins.
As a band that's been around for so long, obviously the band has been through several changes and
Mhm.
reiterations. But even still, you guys have been around for 2 decades now. How do you continue to keep things fresh or to keep things new and interesting, not only musically but also just for you all as a band creatively?
Wow, I think that's just a good positive attitude. There's people would kill for a job like this.
Hmm.
They're out there digging ditches, whatever it might be in the trenches, and we get to play music. We get to stand on a stage and smile and write our music and express our thoughts and show off our talents. And then you get done. It's like a little kid, and when mom and dad clap for you, you get done, and people are
Hmm.
clapping for you. And then the biggest, reward on that is walking over to the table and signing autographs and selling your merchandise, and people coming up and saying a particular memory or a song makes them that they got them through a hard time.
Hmm.
Those are amazing, amazing moments, and to be able to reflect and appreciate those things, and realize that these people are spending their hard-earned money to come out and watch us do what we do. It makes the job easier for sure. The road is a hard life. I can definitely testify to that. But this group that we have right now in particular, with John Bryan singing all the high parts, myself, Danny Roberts, us two being founding members, Kristen being there for not, our 17 years now.
Hmm.
So that's we've only been around 20 years, so she's been there for 17 of them.
Yeah.
So she's been the mainstay. Jamie Harper on fiddle, and now Kyle Perkins on bass. I think that helps it because it's kind of a new, fresh feeling. It's hard not to be fresh and give it everything you got because we got the Grascals name, reputation, the brand all on the line.
Hmm.
And so it gives us that challenge each and every night to give these people what they paid their hard-earned money to come and see.
You all have shared the stage with so many country stars. Obviously, Dolly, you've shared stage with Vince Gill, the Oak Ridge Boys, and more. Has part of the fun been maybe bringing or introducing bluegrass music to an audience that is a lot of mainly, or maybe just like country fans, maybe introducing this style of country music to them?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. We love the challenge of being on a country show,
Hmm.
the Great Big Country Festivals. I wish they put us on later because they put us on basically at the breakfast section. So you get a very limited crowd, but to give them a different perspective, kind of like Billy Strings gets to right
Yeah.
now. Allison did it for years. Um, Chris Thiele gets to do that a lot in his band. Molly Tuttle's doing it right now. There was a time we got to do that too, and it was a pretty cool feeling. We don't as much these days, however, the new album, Dolly's involved on the new album
Mhm.
again. So we're really excited about that. Vince Gill, I wrote a song with him that's on the new album, and Marty Stewart. We've never got to record with Marty. However, he's so big in the bluegrass and always has been as part of Lester Flatt's band, and to get to do some of these things, and it's still after 20 years. Is an amazing feeling. And yes, we love taking the bluegrass to the country audiences. Um, and also some of the stuff we've done with the country folks over to the bluegrass
Hmm.
crowds as well to let them know that we're not just a one horse show. We've got
Yeah.
we've got versatility and we've got bigger open minds, not only about Flatt and Scruggs and the Osborne brothers, but also your Ricky Skaggs, Vince Gills, Allison Krause's to bring the music broader, give it a different feel from
You
time to
mentioned people.
time, not always.
Yeah. You mentioned people like Molly and Billy. When y'all got started, you were welcomed in by so many great artists. When you look around now, are there any maybe newer or younger bluegrass bands that either you see at festivals or just around that you really enjoy or really get you excited about where the genre's headed?
Well, those folks that I just mentioned for
Yeah.
sure. Even Jason Carter, Jason, who was always a side guy with Del McCurry,
Mhm.
now stepping out and doing his own thing, bringing his voice to the forefront in his show. I love what he's doing. He's not only one of my dearest friends, but I'm just a fan of his music. But the younger groups Caroline owns, I've been writing some with her. I didn't really get to know her. And if truth be told, when you're at a festival and you're the artist, if you're not on stage or working your table, you're if you're in a bus or a nice van or whatever it might be, you're there or at a hotel trying to rest
Hmm.
in between your own show. So I don't get to see really what's going on. I mean, sometimes you even walk up to the stage and say, "Hey, great job," and you may not have heard the first note, but they did great, so you
Yeah.
throw it out there. But of course, Sister Sadie's great. Poe Ramblin' Boys. A lot of them's just our friends, and we
Yeah.
know they're talented. However, we don't see exactly what they're doing on stage. Rhonda's a mainstay. Um, um, oh, daggone, Authentic Unlimited. Heck, those guys
Hmm.
are pretty darn hot, and love the new lineup with new lead singer, a dear friend of ours as well, and watching him blossom, from playing bass and singing harmony the third time out to now going to be lead singer of those guys. I would not have wanted to fill in John Metter's shoes at all,
Yeah.
and Colton Baker's done it.
Hmm.
And in his own style, there's no filling in John's what John does. Colton's all different, and he fits him like an old catcher's mitt. They kept right on rolling with full steam ahead. Appalachian, whatever I can't think. Roadshow.
Roadshow, yeah.
Terrible. I'm terrible with names, but a lot of them excite me. And again, it's not only they're our dear friends; they're just good.
Rhonda Vincent, of course, is going to be at our festival as well coming up here very soon. Um,
Who all is there? Do you have the list at all,
I
or
I think I got most of it off the top of my head. We got
who's
obviously
there?
The Grascals are going to be there. We're going to have Rhonda Vincent. The Malpis brothers will be there. We got Lincoln Mash and Heather Alley. They're kind of a newer bluegrass
Ooh, I
band.
love them. I love them.
Yeah.
Great. His voice and her voice is magic together.
hmm I know Hammertown will be there, the Larry Stevenson
Yep.
band, and so many others. We have 6 bands a day for 3 days, so
Yeah,
it's a
Larry's
busy
great. I've
time.
been a fan of his since I've been a kid. So
Yeah.
he's not like a whole lot older than I am, but I just wasn't. He was in the music way long before I was, and just
hmm
a legend in our music business. And yeah, the Malpass brothers, man, them guys they're not really grass to me at all, not even close. But that's
Um,
okay. That's a perfect example of bringing a different style of music to our crowds,
mhm.
and people flat out loving it. It's hard not to love them.
Yeah. Well, they got the best hairstyles in like all of
Daggone
country
right.
music, so.
Yeah. Slick it right on back. They took the Del McCurry method.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It doesn't get, you've played at some of our previous fall or spring festivals, but it really doesn't get better for a bluegrass festival than middle of summertime, sun is shining, people are outside, picking and grinning. Uh, do you find like outdoor festivals maybe just to be the best atmosphere?
Oh yeah, because the people can come and go. It's not as obvious they're getting up like an indoor show. You can notice everybody standing up, and you think it's something. Am I smelling? What's going on? Why are they leaving? But a festival, you realize that it's more out in the open. They can crank them speakers up a little louder, and there's nothing like it. You can smell the food
hmm
going on the stands, and just see the excitement. It's a cool event, and no doubt in my mind that Joe and all of his team have put on a first class, always, state of the art festival with the best amenities, and he thinks about things very well. A bluegrass artist ran all
hmm
the shows. They know what you need, and none of us are fancy people. Don't need a bunch of things, pick out the green M&Ms out of my, give us some water and a piece of chicken. If you got an extra one, we'll take that too. Things like that, and and just treat us kind, and with respect, and the same thing we'll give back. So yeah, it's going to be a fun festival, and outdoors always good with the sweat rolling right down your chin.
And down your back too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, everywhere it just keeps rolling.
The Grascals are going to be at the Industrial Strength Bluegrass Summerfest on July 17th. Be sure to get your tickets online at industrialstrengthbluegrass.com. The day after you guys perform at our festival, you're heading back to the Grand Ole Opry. You've played the Opry hundreds of times now. You can be honest with me. Are you kind of over it? You kind of get it all?
Yeah, I mean, no, no, no. It's honestly harder to get on there these days. There was a
Mhm.
time we were there every other week sometimes 4 or 5 times a month. And Rhonda's on there that now, but she's a member, same way
Yeah.
Daly and Vincent, as does well deserved. They're really doing their role. A lot of Opry members become Opry members, and they do the quota, however time you have to be there.
hmm
Man, they are come cut from the same slice of bread as we are. We'll play that anytime they ask. Our instructions to our management team: never say no to the Opry.
Yeah.
We will show up. That is the greatest stage on earth, no doubt about it. And no, it doesn't get old, and especially right now. A lot of folks, the Opry's doing the marketing thing where they're letting other people do their debuts
Mhm.
every week, and it's filled with artists that you may have never heard of. And what a cool thing for those new artists to get to go do that. However, when that happens, old farts like us get pushed out. There's not, there's only so many spots to be on
Mhm.
that stage. And so it's made it more special and made it more challenging for us to be on top of our game and try and make some noise to get on that stage because that's the one we want to be on. So we always answer the call and can't wait for that. I don't even know, 230, 235. Um, I've got every program from every time I've played there.
Really?
That's what that stage means to me. I love that place and can't wait to go back there next Friday.
Yeah. It doesn't get better than the Opry. It never does it?
Never does.
No. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us today on Real Roots Radio. So excited to see the Grascals on July 17th. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. See you there.
Hi, thanks for watching. If you liked our video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe so you'll be notified when we have new videos posting. Be sure to check out some of our other content as well. Thanks for watching.